2 words, Delta Breeze.
What's going on, everyone? Delta Breeze here, bringing guys a team breakdown for week 2 of the KPL Season 2. The San Antonio Sprites are going to take on the Richmond Flying Emolgas in this week 2 match. I'm going to go ahead and go over his team. You can see it on the screen here. Go over some threats and what he's going to bring, and then I'm going to go over my 6, what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it. To kick things off on his team, he has his Terra Captain Embor here with Terra Fighting, Dark, and Fairy. This thing's cool. I love Embor, my starter from Black and White. But his hidden ability is the thing that gives it the leg up. He does have Reckless, so any moves that give him recoil, like Flare Blitz, Head Smash, and things like that, they actually get boosted and do a lot more damage. He can be Choice Bandit, Choice Scarf, and just really be a wall breaker, even to the most defensive mons. So this thing is a bring for sure. It was his first pick, so I do anticipate him bringing like a Choice Scarf or a Choice Band Embor, so gotta look out for that. Next, he has Excadrill, a Steel and Ground type, a very reliable ground type, and this thing can be a lot of things. It can be a Choice Scarf and just power through things and with a high attack stat, or it can kind of be like a Suicide League with a Focus Sash and set up rocks and just be super annoying Earthquake things, and it can get rid of its own hazards with Rapid Spin. It's a reliable Rapid Spinner, so Excadrill is to bring 100%, and Excadrill is a huge threat with that attack stat, so as long as I have some counters for that thing, I'm good to go. Latias is, I think, in my opinion, the biggest threat on this team. The one thing that does stand out for it is stored power. It can start agility and calm minding and then just store power and just rip through even especially defensive mons. You have to be very careful with that thing. It could have Roost for recovery and then just great coverage overall, physically and specially. It is ran more specially, but it could run Dragon Dance kind of deal. I do see it as a stored power set. Maybe it gets agility up, it gets some calm minds up and just starts stored powering and kind of tearing through my team. But I think I have a really good answer to this thing. I'm excited to get into it. Next, he has Greninja, one of the fastest things on this team, and another very scary mon with 2 very strong abilities, Battle Bonds and Protein. Both equally, I don't like them, and I hope I don't see them, but I know I am going to see them, so I'm obviously prepared for him. It's going to be a Water and Dark type, but with Protein, it can change typings, and it has a Priority and Water Shuriken that can hit 5 times. It always goes first. It is a special attacker, so that's something I can use to my advantage, knowing that it's not going to be mixed, but a threat nonetheless. Next, he has Ogerpon, one of my favorites. I know Ogerpon inside and out. I love Ogerpon. Very fast and hard-hitting its abilities. It is going to be the regular Teal Mask, the grass typing, no other typing, just grass. So that's nice to know. But the only downside with this, he can hold an item. The other masked ones, they hold the mask to kind of change their types. But this one, he doesn't have to hold his mask to stay that type. So he can run anything, Focus Sash, Choice Scarf, Choice Band, anything under the sun. So that's something I really need to kind of scout after and kind of I need to understand, and I need to know that information as soon as possible. But it does get Ivy Cudgel, a good physical grass type that can crit a good amount of times. It can get Spiky Shield, and it can set up with Swords Dance and great coverage, Play Rough, high horsepower, things like that. So I really like this thing, and I'm excited to battle against it. I know what it can do, so hopefully it doesn't kind of sneak up on me and kind of sweep. I don't think that's gonna happen, but we'll see. Next, he has a defensive monster in Arcalodon with the great ability Stamina, always boosting up his defense when it gets hit. I do see that being a bring Stamina. I predict 2 different things. He can be a hazard setter and be a lead with Stealth Rocks, and it can be Draco Meteor set and Body Press kind of shenanigans. Or it can be Assault Vest and kind of balance out that high defense with a high special defense. And that's more than likely the case, so getting rid of that thing is a huge priority on my list. Next, we have Galarian Zapdos. This thing's a freaking beast. It's flying type, so immune to ground, and then it's a fighting typing, so great offensive pressure when it comes to it. It gets Brave Bird, close combat. It can get knockoff for utility, U-turn for pivot momentum. This thing is almost always going to be scarfed 100%. Definitely, that was what I'm predicting, so hopefully we'll see if I'm right and my calcs are on it. These last 3 mons, I think, were struggle picks. They're good picks, and I'm not sleeping on them at all, but I don't foresee him bringing. He has a powerhouse of the first 7 Pokemon, so these last 3, I can see him leaving at home. But we have Gramble, his Fairy type. It gets Intimidate, so that's a good checkbox in the pro column for this thing. But other than that, it's not that great. I know it's a Fairy type. It gets physical coverage, but other than that, it's not a huge threat, and I think I can handle that one pretty well. Hisuian Sneasel is another Terra Captain, just like Embor. being Terra Poison, Flying, and Dark. Again, this thing I don't see him bringing, but if he does bring, I wouldn't be surprised. This thing is fast, and that's why I think he would bring it. It has 115 speed, so it outspeeds everything on my team except for max speed Iron Valiant. But that's pretty much it. You can Eviolite it, but it's not Sneasler, it's not Weavile, it's just Hisuian Sneasel. I think regular Sneasel is a little better in my opinion, but we'll see. If he brings it, I'll be ready for it, but I don't really see him bringing it. And then last one, he has a mascot of all Pokemon. He has Pikachu at that one pointer. It is going to be another Terra Captain, Terra Electric, Flying, and Ice. It is his electric type, but it's Pikachu at the end of the day. You know, it's very frail, can get one shot by almost anything. He could bring it, right? Surprise, and can totally wipe me out, so definitely not off the radar, but that's his team. Let me go ahead and go over my team, what I'm bringing, and why I'm bringing it. Alright, so I have my team. I am bringing Iron Valiant again. This thing is just too good to leave at home. He's never going to be on the bench. He's going to be on the field playing at all times. He's wearing the Expert Belt to do a little extra damage on the super effective moves. We're rocking Spirit Break, Aura Sphere, Drain Punch, Poison Jab with the Quirk Drive, of course. Spirit Break is going to be there for Latios. Latios is going to be more especially defensive, so hitting it on the more physical side is going to be the best bet. Aura Sphere specifically for that Arcaludon. Like I said, Arcaludon is a big defensive monster, so hitting on the special side is the way to go. Aura Sphere is there for that. Drain Punch is going to be there for that Fighting Staff, for the Extra Drill, for this Greninja, and then for that Terra Dark Emboar if it does decide to Terra Dark. And then Poison Jab for the Ogerpon. I think that covers everything. Spirit Break is also there for the Zapdos. So I feel like these four moves hit everything on his team very super effectively, so the Extra Belt's going to put in a lot of work for that. Next, we have my shiny Thundurus Sparkles here, and I'm actually really excited for this set. I'm trying to be a little creative and kind of have a little bit more fun in this set. So we're rocking the wide lens just to boost our accuracy and all our moves. And we're running Thunder, Focus Blast, Dark Pulse, and Agility. And I did all the calculations. His fastest Pokemon is Greninja, a max speed Choice Scarf Greninja, the fastest it can be. I outspeed it with a +2 at this speed spread. Prankster Agility, I pull it up, hopefully on a switch out, kind of predict. Thunder's there for the Greninja, the Zapdos. Focus Blast is going to be there specifically for the Extra Drill and the Arcaludon. They think they could switch in on an electric type move, and they're sadly mistaken. I have a Focus Blast, and hopefully the wide lens helps it out tremendously with the 70% accuracy, which is really bad. But I'm trying to have some fun, and hopefully it works out. And then Dark Pulse for that Latios. I originally had Electric Terrain to help out Iron Valiant, and Latios walled this thing, and I needed Dark Pulse to kind of hit that Latios if I wanted this agility set to work the way I wanted to. So hopefully it does, and I'm super excited to try it out. Next, we have my dedicated lead. We have my shiny Rillaboom Kong here, holding the Choice Scarf just to be really fast. We have Grassy Glide, Drain Punch, U-Turn, and Knockoff. Great coverage for his team. Grassy Glide is there over Woodhammer because I felt like if he did lead Greninja, I can Grassy Glide and still keep that facade that I'm not Scarf, and I just use that priority move, and then surprise him in the end with the Choice Scarf. And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but we'll see. And then next, making his debut on the squad, we have Jumba here, my shiny Clodsire, holding the Black Sludge to get health back as just a little bit kind of like leftovers. We have Earthquake, Toxic, Recover, and Protect, just a Toxic Protect shenanigans. I feel toxic, I want to be toxic. Earthquake can hit a lot of things on his team, except for the Zapdos, the Latios, and then Ogerpon can take it pretty well. But with the Toxic, it'll help out a lot to kind of hit those things, protect, and then recover all my health. And this will be my special defense wall. And its ability, Unaware, this is what I was talking about. This is going to help me with the Latios. If he starts to set up with the Calm Minds, the Agilities, and then Stored Power, he ignores that. He is weak to Psychic, so it will hurt. But with this spread, max special defense and max HP, he will live. It'll be a 3-shot, and I can recover, I can protect, I have Black Sludge. So this is specifically for the Latios, and hopefully he does what he's supposed to do. Next, we have Free Hugs here, my shiny Quillfish wearing the Rocky Helmet. This is a defensive, and this is a good check to Emboar. So Emboar with that Reckless, like I was talking about, it can put in a lot of work. But with its ability Intimidate, I drop its attack. He hits me, he takes damage from the Rocky Helmet, and then I can take it pretty well with being physically defensive. And then we have Liquidation, Flip Turn, Gunk Shot, and Toxic. Flip Turn gives me momentum. Liquidation and Gunk Shot, great stab moves. And Toxic there because I really want to Toxic that Latios pretty bad and just put that thing on a timer as soon as possible. Last but not least, we do have my shiny Lapras here, Brosidon with the Terra Fairy typing. That's going to help out for that Zapdos. And then leftovers for recovery. We have Avalanche, Terra Blast, Iron Head, and Substitute. The Terra Fairy is going to help me with that Zapdos, like I said. He's built physically defensive just like Overqwil, but he can take the Zapdos on a lot better than I think Overqwil could. And then we have Avalanche for the thing, Terra Blast for it, Iron Head for maybe the Granbull if it comes. I'm not too worried about it. And then Substitute. Shell Armor, I decided to go Shell Armor because of Ogerpon. and with that high crit move, Ivy Cudgel, it won't hurt me that much. I'll be Terra Fairy to take it better than I would when I was water typing, and then I can hit it with an Avalanche, and I like Lapras, so I wanted to try to fit it on the team as best as I could, but I decided not to run any hazards with Clodsire and Quillfish because he did have that reliable hazard removal with the Excadrill. So that's going to be it for me, guys. This is my team of 6. Super excited to see these guys pop off. The battle will be posted up tomorrow, and I'm super excited for you guys to check it out. But that's going to be it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by.